What's Mommy doing? Alrighty. So we've had a request from a couple people to see what our tiny home looks like inside. Before we left in 2021 we left, right?
Yeah.
So before we left in 2021, we showed everybody at Port Dover the inside of the boat, and a few other people are wondering, well, what's the space look like that we live in? So here we go. I'm just going to go down below. Hopefully we capture as much as I can. And when you come in, you can see Mike just sitting on the couch there. We have our galley right here as soon as you come in. And then we have the other stateroom back here. I'll show you the stateroom in a second. So as you come down the stairs, this is the view from the stern to the bow of the boat. And like I said before, this is our aft stateroom. Aft stateroom, which is called the garage. Because there's only the two of us, and we provisioned, and a lot of our extra provisioning is here in the aft cabin. The other thing that we did was we turned this into, oh, I got some stuff in the way. We turned this into a pantry so that we have more space to store stuff. Because on small boats, storage is a premium. So I'm just going to turn around. Sorry for the light. Is heading to outside, so that's where I just came in. And we'll pan around this way. Oh, that's our supper for tonight, a roast. Just sitting there waiting to get ready to be cooked. And then this way. These are the cushions that we had redone, and we had it extended so that it makes it more like a little day bed. And then on this side is our L-shaped couch slash computer room slash TV area, and behind the TV is our bar. That's our little photo wall. Complete with the kids' reservations for the 25th of January up there. Sorry, I gotta step over Sherman. That's the bar in behind there. Underneath the cushions are all kinds of storage. And we'll just do a panorama this way. Mike's nav station. Well, it's a lot cleaner than I've seen it in a long time.
It is what it is.
I know.
Work in process.
There we go. Our extra freezer, again, space. Because space is limited on the boat, we use every inch that we can. In this door here is our head. Our ice maker, like I said, we use as much space as possible. Currently, because we have limited amount of storage and the lithium batteries didn't get installed when we were in Indiantown because we just ran out of time. And the other things that are stored in here is all of the school supplies that were collected at Oxford County Paramedics to give to the students down here. So we're waiting to get rid of all of that stuff, and this should be cleared out again. So we'll shut the door. We do as much space saving as we can. Mike did a little episode on his cupboard. This is his tool cupboard. All neatly arranged and organized as can be. And back in here is our stateroom. So this is our bedroom. That's Sherman's spot back there. Storage space for all our clothes. And then pillows. And again, we'll go this way. It's hard to do because it's small spaces are hard to get. We have a fan just to keep the circulation going in here. There's some storage in there, and what's in there is all the extra dog toys, his harnesses, air mattress for when we have guests and we can pull the settee out. And then we have our little hatch open up here so we can keep it aired out for pretty much most of the time to keep the air circulating. I'm just going to slowly turn around, and sorry for all the mess there, and give you a look from this direction. So this is me standing in my stateroom, looking towards the stern of the boat. And yeah, this is the space that we live in. Not too huge. So now you know when we did do our little video that says you have to be creative and learn to live without some things because we have limited space. And then although we do have still some extra stuff here that probably we don't need, that we haven't used, but it'll stay for now. Anyway, this is our little tiny home, and this is what we live on. Right?
Great. It's cozy.
Yes, it is.
With flowers and grass and a civilized boneyard lot. Now how he died or where he died, it just didn't matter a damn as long as he had him a grave with frills and a tombstone epigram. So I agreed and he paid my price in that good Chicao coin, which is the same I spent that very night down in the Tenderloin. Then I painted on a 3-foot slab of pine, "Here lies poor Bill Mackay." And I just hung it up on my cabin wall. And I waited for Bill to die. Well, years passed away, and at last one day came an Aboriginal woman. Oh, then a story strange about a long deserted line of traps way back on the Bighorn Range. About a little cabin by the Great Divide, and a white man, stiff and still, sitting there by his lonesome self. And I figured, well, that must be Bill. So I remember the contract I had with him, and I took down from the shelf this swell black box he had picked out for himself. And I packed it full of grub and hooch. I slung it on my sleigh, and I harnessed up my team of dogs, and I was off at the break of day. Denny, you know what it's like in the Yukon Wild. When it's 69 below, when the ice worms wriggle their purple heads through the crust of that pale blue snow. When the mercury is a frozen ball and the frost fiend stalks to kill. Well, it was just like that day when I set out to look for Bill. Oh, the awful hush that seemed to crush me down on every hand as I struggled blind. That trail to find in that blank and bitter land. North by compass. North I pressed, and river and peak and plain passed like a dream I slept to lose. Yet wake, you know this, to dream again. Till I came to a little cabin built in the side of a hill. I crashed in the door, and there on the floor, frozen to death, lay Bill. Have you ever sat in a little cabin 6x3 in the shadow of a pole, a little cabin 6x3 in a grief you can't control? Have you ever sat by a frozen corpse that looks at you with a grin? It seems to say, you could try all day, but you're not going to get me in. Well, I'm not a man of the quitting kind, but I tell you, I never felt so blue. So I sat there with that frozen corpse, just wondering what to do. Finally, I rose, and I kicked off those husky dogs that were nosing around the boat, and I lit a roaring fire in the stove, and I started to thaw Bill out. Well, I thought for 13 days. But it didn't do no good. His arms and legs stuck out like pegs, as if they's made of wood. Finally I said, it ain't no use. He's froze too hard to thaw. He's obstinate, and he won't lie straight. So I guess I've got to saw. So I sawed off poor Bill's arms and legs, and I laid him snug and straight. And that black box that he picked out himself with that dinky silver plate. And you know, I came nigh to shedding a tear as I nailed him safely down, and I stowed him away on my Yukon sleigh, and I headed her back for town. And I buried him, as our contract was, in that narrow grave and deep. And there he's waiting that great judgment day when the judgment's loose head sweep. And you know, and as I sit and the parson talks, expounding of the law, you know, I still think about poor old Bill and how hard he was to saw.
Wow.
I shortened it because it was getting too long.
Never too long.
It
But
is.
it's a beautiful one.
It's amazing. To Bill.
Here's the Ray.
And Ray.
Was doing this and they came back and he was doing this, so I don't know.
Nicely done.
Remember